It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Emergency services are working to clear a truck crash at Glendale. Glendale Drive is closed southbound between Lake Road and Main Road with diversions in place. A heavy lift tow truck has been called in to clear the scene. There's fresh concern Newcastle, Lake Macquarie and Port Stephens could face water restrictions by September. Water storage capacity has dropped to 65.9% this week, the lowest level since 1998. Hunter Water says unless there's significant rain soon, restrictions will be brought in once dam levels drop to 60%. In the meantime, we're being urged to do all we can to conserve water. Police are still searching for a man at the centre of a major operation at East Maitland, which forced local schools into lockdown. Officers were called to reports of a violent dispute in Pepler Place at Thornton yesterday afternoon. However, the man had fled by the time they arrived. The Polair helicopter and the dog unit joined police on the ground to search for the man, but the operation was scaled back and suspended when he couldn't be found. After years of being a male-only club, members of the Adamstown Tennis Club have voted to allow females to join. It follows public pressure when Lord Mayor Nuatali Nelms responded to a complaint made to council in June about the club's male-only rule by threatening not to renew the lease on the council-owned courts used by the club unless its constitution was changed. Members have now voted unanimously to make the change to give females the same status, rights and obligations as male members. A Lake Macquarie community group is pushing for better regulation of coal-fired power. Following reports of toxic heavy metals in the lake and the sudden closure of Mauna Bay Recreation Centre, the Coal Ash Community Alliance is inviting residents to discuss concerns about local power stations at a public picnic this afternoon. Alliance member Bruce Kenny says it's hoped the picnic at Mauna Bay Rest area will raise awareness of the risks associated with the Raring and Vales Point power stations.
The idea of the gathering is two-pronged through just dialogue with whoever's interested to discuss and make them aware of exactly what is happening, and also being a presence there on the main road, alert people that there is an issue in their backyard.
Federal Newcastle MP Sharon Claydon is leading the push to ensure the city's name doesn't disappear forever from Australia's Navy fleet. The HMAS Newcastle was decommissioned in June, meaning the name is no longer part of the Navy for the first time in 30 years. Sharon Claydon has written to the Defence Minister and the Chief of the Navy, imploring them to keep the name for a new Navy vessel in the future.
2NURFM Sport.
Rival clubs are circling for the signature of out-of-favour Knights centre Jesse Ramian. The 22-year-old has been dropped from the side to play Manly tomorrow and has now been told he's free to negotiate with other clubs after a patchy debut season with Newcastle. There's been talk for some time the former Sharks centre wasn't happy being in Newcastle. Meanwhile, Jacob Safiti gets his chance to impress after being named on the bench for tomorrow's game at Brookvale and says he's keen to follow the example set by the senior forwards in the side.
Clem and Glaz as well, and Jimmy, just watching them, or especially during the off-season now, I was just watching what they do at training, how disciplined they are with their off-field prep and stuff, and sort of just taking mental notes and trying to, put that into my game, yeah.
Former Norwich club legend Wes Houlihan could be making the move to Newcastle next season. The Jets have confirmed they're talking with the former Irish international, who's expressed an interest in joining the A-League. CEO Laurie McKenna says while Houlihan ticks all the boxes for the club, no formal offer has been made, and he's one of a few players they're looking at. And the winning numbers in Powerball are 15, 35, 9, 25, 22, 30 and 23, and the Powerball number is 6. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.